discuss strategies for multiplying by fives. So in multiplying by fives, a common strategy is to skip count because fives are easier to skip count by. You can do that, but a more efficient strategy would be this one. So we already talked about our tens and how easy tens are. So if instead of thinking of 8 times 5, what if we thought of 8 times 10? Well, I know that 8 times 10 is 80. So if you look at my picture, there are 80 beads here. But we know that my question was 8 times 5, so I really want to do this. I really want to take half of that. If I know 8 times 10 is 80, if I break that in half, half of that is 40. So I know 8 times 5 is 40. Here's another example, 7 times 5. I could again skip count, but a strategy that works really efficiently multiplying any number times 5 is instead if I think of 7 times 10. So if I have 7 groups of 10, that's easy, right? 7 tens is 70. But really, I only want half that. So now I just have to split 70 in half. So if you look at my picture, the whole thing is 70, and this portion here, this half, is going to be 35. So the numbers, when they are multiplied by an odd number, 5 is multiplied by an odd number, are a little bit harder to split in half. So here's a strategy to do that. So 70 split in half, if I don't know that off the top of my head, I'm going to think, well, what tens number do I know split in half? And that would be 60 for me. So 60 split in half is 30. So I've used 60 of it. I know that there's 10 left. Half of 10 is 5. 30 plus 5 is 35. Here's another way to think about this. So if I had 6 groups of 5, because of the commutative property, I could think of that as 5 groups of 6, and that's the picture we have here. So again, I could skip count, but what if instead I thought of this as 10 times 6? So now I have 10 groups of 6. Well, I know that this whole thing is 60, but since I'm trying to find 5 groups of 6, I'm really just going to take half that. So half of 60 is 30. So I'm going to think 10 times 6 and then find half of that total. So remember, when multiplying by fives, think tens and then divide that in half.